Have you ever imagined what life would be like for a famous man with two tools, each 13 inches long? Would he become the object of desire for hundreds of women, or a person too insecure to ever fall in love? Or, what if you had to live without a heart for 555 days? Would you dare to run and even play sports? This might sound eerie, but it's not the plot of a horror movie. These are just a few of the 19 true stories of black celebrities I'm about to share. Are you ready for these strange tales? Hold on tight, because the unusual body parts we're about to witness will leave you astounded. 1. Waris Dirie, the African supermodel, carrying the painful genital scar for life. A beautiful supermodel, globally renowned for her perfect body and confident strides on the runway. But behind this glamorous exterior lies a painful story no one could have imagined. Waris Dirie, an African woman, had to endure a brutal procedure that is unimaginable to most. A genital mutilation, a ritual that not only violates the body but also breaks the spirit of many girls in impoverished regions. When I was just 5 years old, my mother forced me to undergo genital mutilation, a practice considered an unbreakable tradition for Somali girls to ensure they remain virgins until marriage. It felt like someone was cutting off your flesh or chopping off your arm. The pain was indescribable because it's the most sensitive part of a woman's body. Waris shudders as she recalls. It wasn't just the physical pain. The greater loss was losing control over her own body. Waris never forgot that moment, even though decades have passed. But what's truly remarkable is that she didn't allow that scar to define her life in the most tragic way. She escaped the oppression, left her poor life behind, and moved to London, where she began a new life as a supermodel. Yet, no one knew about the deep emotional scar as Waris stepped into the glamorous world of fashion. Waris decided to no longer remain silent about this horrifying tradition. She knew she couldn't live forever in the shadows. If she didn't speak up, who would? She started openly sharing her painful story, and it not only shook the media, but also inspired millions of women worldwide, encouraging them to confront these cruel practices. Waris didn't stop there. She became a powerful activist against genital mutilation, organizing campaigns and convincing mothers to stop taking their daughters down that dark path. One of the most touching stories was about a little girl in a poor village in Africa. Thanks to Waris's courage, the girl's mother decided not to have her undergo genital mutilation, and the girl eventually became a doctor. Waris didn't just save one girl's life, she sowed seeds of hope for millions of others. She once proudly said, "My scar is not just pain, it is a flame of revolution. I don't live to hide it, I live to turn it into hope for others." 2. Koudia Diop, the melanin goddess, who shines bright. A woman with skin as dark as velvet walks into a cafe in Paris. The lights inside don't dim her unique complexion. Instead, they amplify its brilliance, like a living oil painting. This is Koudia Diop, the woman with the world's darkest skin, an international supermodel who turned her striking appearance into a powerful weapon, breaking every standard of beauty. Yet few know the pain and struggles hidden behind her flawless exterior. Growing up in Senegal, Koudia endured cruel nicknames like Darkness, Black Hole, and even Demon. Every time she stepped outside, she faced taunts and ridicule from peers and adults alike. Her dark skin became the punchline of insensitive jokes. One man once told her, "Your skin looks like it's never seen the sun." Those words haunted her throughout a tear-filled childhood. All she wanted was to hide, to find a place free of judgmental stares. At 17, Koudia left her homeland for France, hoping to discover a world where she wouldn't be mocked. But in this foreign land, she felt even more isolated. Her dark skin still drew stares, and her loneliness deepened. One day, while crying alone in a park, a man approached her. He was a fashion photographer. "Your skin is beautiful. I've never seen anyone like you," he said. Startled, Koudia thought he was mocking her, but the photographer patiently explained that she had a rare, unique beauty and invited her to a photo shoot. The first photos of Koudia quickly went viral on social media. She became the melanin goddess, But this time, no one was mocking her. Her skin, once rejected, now symbolized beauty's diversity. The fashion industry welcomed her with open arms, and Koudia Diop became an international supermodel, challenging the world's perception of beauty. Later, at a New York fashion show, Koudia met a little black girl waiting backstage. The child nervously handed Koudia a hand-drawn picture portraying her as a goddess. "You're the reason I don't hate my skin anymore," the girl said, tears glistening in her eyes. Koudia knelt, held the girl's hand and said, "This skin isn't just mine. It's yours. It's ours. Never let anyone tell you it isn't beautiful." From a girl mocked as darkness, Koudia Diop turned darkness into light, igniting hope for anyone ever ostracized for their differences. 3. Mahogany Geeter, the elephant leg model who shook the runway. Mahogany Geeter stepped onto the runway with her enormous leg, a result of lymphedema, standing out against her graceful figure and ideal height. The stage lights didn't just highlight her beauty, but illuminated an inspiring story of confidence and relentless determination. As a child, Mahogany endured not just physical pain, but also emotional torment. Her left leg, swollen abnormally due to lymphedema, became the target of mockery from her peers. Nicknames like one-legged monster and elephant leg haunted her daily life. Once, during a school field trip, a boy mocked her, "Look at her, one leg for playing soccer, the other for being the goalpost." The laughter of the group pierced through her, and all she could do was lower her head as tears streamed down her face. Little did she know that years later, the very leg she once despised would become her defining feature and her ticket to the spotlight. At 18, Mahogany wandered the streets, avoiding the curious stares of passers-by. A photographer happened upon her and remarked, "I've never seen anyone like you. You're unique." That moment changed everything. Mahogany agreed to let him take a few photos, and those pictures quickly went viral on social media. Not as a joke, but as a celebration of her fierce beauty and confidence, despite her unconventional leg. She soon received offers from major fashion brands. But Mahogany wasn't content with fame alone. She chose to use her platform to raise awareness about lymphedema and support others fighting similar battles. During a community event, a young boy with lymphedema asked her, "Did you ever wish you didn't have this leg?" Mahogany smiled, knelt down, and placed a reassuring hand on his shoulder. "There was a time I hated it, but now I know this leg doesn't make me weak. It's why I'm strong. You will be too." That enormous leg is more than just a unique physical feature. It's a testament to turning weaknesses into strength and walking confidently through a world full of challenges. 4. Double Penis Man. The man with two tools and a tough choice. John, famously known online as Double Penis Man, was born with a rare medical condition, two tools. However, his story isn't just about this physical anomaly, but about his journey to embrace his body and defy societal expectations. Growing up, John always felt different. While other kids proudly shared stories of their first crushes, he avoided the topic entirely. During a high school sex education class, when the teacher discussed normal anatomy, John realized he wasn't like anyone else. From that moment, insecurity became his constant companion. At 16, he finally opened up to his mother about his feelings of shame. She hugged him tightly and said, "You're not a monster, John. You're my treasure." Her words brought light to his dark world. As an adult, John sought to understand his condition better. He consulted with doctors and even participated in medical studies. After extensive research, physicians suggested surgery to remove one of his tools to make personal life easier. It was a difficult decision, but John chose to keep his body as it was. He shared his choice in a social media post. "I'm not a mistake of nature. I am me, with all the strange things my body brings." That post went viral, drawing attention from millions and inspiring those struggling with insecurities about their own bodies. John didn't just accept himself, he helped others see that being different doesn't diminish one's worth. His two tools are no longer viewed as oddities, but as symbols of strength, confidence, and defiance against societal stigma. John stepped out of the shadows of shame and became a beacon of self-acceptance and triumph over judgment. 5. Denzel Washington, the crooked pinky that conquered Hollywood. Denzel Washington, a Hollywood icon, is celebrated not just for his acting prowess, but also for a peculiar feature: a pinky finger bent at a 45-degree angle. While it might seem odd to some, for Denzel, it's a symbol of overcoming limits. From a young age, Denzel faced teasing about his crooked finger. During basketball games, his friends would joke, "Your finger's pointing the wrong way. How are you going to make a shot?" Though embarrassed, Denzel used the ridicule as fuel to work harder. Every throw, every hour of practice was a step toward proving that a crooked finger didn't define his ability. One day, when he made a game-winning three-pointer, the same friend who mocked him exclaimed, "That crooked finger must be your good luck charm." When Denzel began his acting career, the insecurities about his finger persisted. During his first audition, a director bluntly remarked, "You're talented, but I can't stop staring at your finger. It might distract the audience." While disheartening, Denzel didn't let this stop him. He poured all his energy into his craft, channeling emotions into every role. The crooked pinky, once seen as a flaw, became a standout feature in dramatic scenes. In one intense moment where his character pointed accusingly, the bent finger became a powerful visual, holding the audience's attention. When Denzel won his Oscar, he stood on stage, trophy in hand, and addressed the world. "They said this crooked finger would hold me back, but it reminded me that what matters isn't how you look, but how you use what you've got to succeed." Denzel's bent pinky is no longer just a physical oddity. It's a testament to resilience, self-acceptance, and turning perceived flaws into strengths. 6. Damon Wayans, the bow-legged comedian who conquered the stage. Damon Wayans, a household name in the world of comedy, isn't just celebrated for his talent, but also for a secret weapon no one saw coming: his naturally bow-legged stance. Instead of holding him back, this unique trait became a defining feature that made him shine in an unmistakable way. As a child, Damon grew up in a poor neighborhood where kids would often kick around a soccer ball on bumpy streets. But with his bent legs, Damon could only stand on the sidelines. The teasing from his peers was like a dagger to his self-esteem. "Hey Damon, should we call a plumber to fix those pipes you call legs?" Such remarks haunted him for years, leaving a scar he would never forget. Yet, rather than retreating, young Damon found a way to fight back, with humor. Each time he was ridiculed, Damon didn't respond with tears, but with jokes that left his peers roaring with laughter. "Yeah, they're arguing about whether to run toward success or kick you in the butt." Soon, no one focused on his legs anymore. They only saw his sharp wit. As he grew older, Damon refused to let his physical condition stop him from pursuing comedy. One night, while performing at a small venue, he accidentally tripped and fell into the audience. The room went silent, and it seemed like the incident would end his career. But Damon didn't flinch. He sprang back up, slapped his knee, and quipped, "See? I don't just make people laugh, I bring the show right to your seat." The audience erupted with laughter. What could have been a disaster became a defining moment. His bow legs, once his biggest insecurity, turned into a feature that set him apart and solidified his status as one of the greats in comedy. Damon's impact extended beyond the stage. He returned to his old neighborhood, hosting free comedy shows and inspiring kids facing their own challenges. At one event, a boy asked him, "Mr. Damon, if your legs weren't bowed, would you still be a comedian?" Damon smiled, knelt down, and replied, "Maybe I'd still be a comedian, but I wouldn't understand the power of laughter. These legs don't just hold me up, they keep me steady when the world tries to knock me down." 7. Joseph Williams. Born without a jaw, but with a passion for music. Joseph Williams isn't just a talented DJ, he's a symbol of resilience. Born without a lower jaw due to otofacial syndrome, his life has been a series of relentless challenges. While he relies on feeding tubes and communicates through sign language, Joseph never let his condition stop him. Instead, he turned it into a driving force to prove that music isn't about a voice. It's about a heart that listens. As a child, Joseph often felt like an outsider in a world where appearances seemed to define worth. The stares and whispers behind his back cut deeply. At a school event, when Joseph tried to join a group of kids listening to music, one boy sneered, "What are you doing here? Music isn't for people who can't sing or talk." But instead of breaking him, the comment fueled his determination. Music doesn't need a voice, it needs a soul, he thought to himself. Undeterred, Joseph began chasing his dream of becoming a DJ. It wasn't easy. At first, everything seemed stacked against him. His hands weren't used to working the turntables. He had to lip-read his mentors, and the learning curve was steep. But Joseph never considered giving up. Night after night, he practiced every beat and melody, determined to master the craft. His breakthrough came when a small neighborhood bar gave him a chance to perform. Though expectations were low, Joseph took the stage with unshakable confidence. As the music began to play, the room fell silent. Eyes filled with curiosity, whispers buzzed, but Joseph remained focused. He closed his eyes and let the music guide him. The beats, the rhythm, the crescendos, all created a world of emotion that captivated the audience. When the final note faded, the room erupted in applause. Joseph didn't need to say a word. His music spoke volumes. Today, Joseph Williams is a renowned DJ, admired not just for his talent but for his inspiring journey. One day, a young woman wrote to him, sharing how she once felt ashamed of a large scar on her neck. After hearing his story, she decided to pursue her dream of becoming an actress. Joseph has shown the world that no matter the odds, courage and love for your craft can make anything possible. 8. Stan Larkin, 555 Days Without a Heart, a miracle of medicine and willpower. Stan Larkin was a healthy young man until he collapsed during a basketball game at the age of 16. The diagnosis revealed he had familial cardiomyopathy, a genetic heart condition that thrust him into a battle for his life. Few could imagine surviving without a natural heart, but Stan defied the impossible. His journey became an extraordinary testament to resilience when he received an artificial heart device that would carry him through 555 days. When doctors informed Stan that his heart was beyond saving, his only option was a device as big as a backpack that would serve as his artificial heart. Miraculously, it kept him alive. Yet, living with the device was no small feat. The whirring sounds it emitted with every move made Stan feel like an alien. Still, he refused to let it limit him. Determined to live as fully as possible, he continued playing basketball, jogging, and even traveling. Friends and family were skeptical, even worried. "You don't have a heart. How can you keep going?" they'd ask. But Stan remained steadfast. "I don't have a natural heart, but I have the heart of a fighter," he'd reply. Each step on the court, with the sound of the device humming in his ears, was a testament to his indomitable spirit. After 555 days of perseverance, Stan finally received a donor heart. The tense hours of surgery ended in tears of joy as his new heart began to beat. Fully recovered, Stan now dedicates his life to inspiring others. He speaks not just of the marvels of medical science, but also of the deeper meaning of life, that it's not what we have, but how we face challenges that truly defines us. Stan Larkin's incredible story proves that even without a natural heart, courage and the power of technology can keep us alive and thriving. 9. Caleb Mutombo, the bodybuilder with a shaky past. Caleb Mutombo, an African young man, was born with sickle cell disease, a condition that left him weak, exhausted, and in constant pain. Instead of succumbing to his frail body, he transformed his struggle into motivation to rise above it. But what many don't know is that Caleb didn't just fight against his illness. He fought against societal prejudice as well. When Caleb started, no one believed in him. People laughed, saying he would never be able to pursue bodybuilding. His condition made it impossible for him to join regular sports, let alone lift weights or bear any significant load. But Caleb didn't care. he decided to start training in his small room with no specialized equipment or professional coach. Simple items like water bottles, wooden chairs, and bags of rice became his training companions. Every day, despite the pain and exhaustion, he never gave up. Weakness isn't destiny, it's a choice, Caleb often reminded himself. On competition day, Caleb stepped onto the stage. His physique wasn't as massive as his competitors, but his resilience silenced the crowd. The same people who once mocked him could now only watch in awe. Though he didn't win first place, Caleb received a special award for his unwavering fighting spirit. His story quickly spread, inspiring thousands. Caleb Mutombo proved that true strength comes from within, from the determination to never back down, no matter the illness or obstacle. He didn't just change his life, he changed how the world perceives strength and victory. 10. Ben Underwood, the blind boy who beat darkness with superpower. Ben Underwood, an ordinary boy from Sacramento, California, faced a terrifying challenge at just 2 years old when a rare disease took away his eyesight. But instead of drowning in darkness, Ben did something no one could have imagined. He saw the world in a way that most could only dream of, not through his eyes, but through echolocation, a skill even seasoned blind individuals rarely master. By the age of 3, Ben began discovering this extraordinary ability. He didn't just identify objects around him through sound, he used them to sense everything as if he had a second pair of eyes. A clap, footsteps, or any other noise became markers in Ben's spatial awareness. Like bats using ultrasound, Ben turned echoes into a 3D map in his mind, allowing him to see everything around him without using his eyes. After realizing his superhuman talent, Ben didn't just learn how to walk, but also played basketball, rode bikes, and even played video games, all thanks to echolocation. He practiced daily, using his gift to overcome every barrier. Once, when asked if he feared falling, Ben simply smiled and said, "Fear is instinct, but overcoming it is courage." That answer left everyone amazed and inspired. However, in 2009, at just 16 years old, Ben faced another battle, a fight against cancer. Despite his bravery, Ben couldn't overcome the disease. Yet his story lives on. He became a symbol of inner strength and unbreakable resilience. In life's darkness, Ben proved that true light doesn't come from the eyes, but from the heart and the perseverance to never give up. 11. Troy James, the horror actor with spine-chilling flexibility. Troy James, a renowned horror actor, isn't someone you'd encounter in everyday life. With his supernatural flexibility, he can contort his body into poses and movements that people only dare watch in horror films. But behind his bizarre physique lies a story of relentless training and a challenging life. As a child, Troy endured strange nicknames from his peers: Scorpion Man or Pipe Guy. His extraordinary flexibility allowed his joints to twist at unimaginable angles, making him an alien-like figure in the eyes of those around him. Other kids avoided him, but instead of wilting in loneliness, Troy turned his uniqueness into a weapon. He decided to train, not just to master his flexibility, but to gain complete control over his body in ways no one else could. One day, during an audition for the film Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark, Troy left the judges speechless with his grotesque display of contortion. His body seemed to stretch beyond limits. His joints moved at impossible angles, and his movements resembled a monster from another world. Not only did he leave everyone unnerved, but he also conveyed terror through every motion, making it impossible for viewers to look away. Yet, every day, Troy battles his insecurities. His eerie on-screen appearances often make him feel like he only belongs in the world of horror, where being strange is acceptable. But one day, during an interview, a fan shared their story. "All my life, I've been mocked for being small and weak. But seeing you made me realize no one can define who I am but me." That statement awakened Troy. He didn't need to change himself to fit into the world. It was his uniqueness, his peculiar flexibility, that made him shine. Troy James isn't just a horror actor. He's a symbol for anyone who has ever felt out of place in this world. Being different isn't something to hide. It's a strength to rise above all prejudice. 12. Ralph Souffrant, the Haitian model with freckles who became a symbol. Ralph Souffrant, a model of Haitian descent, has made the world rethink the concept of beauty. He doesn't have the flawless skin of typical models, but instead boasts a face covered in freckles, a feature many view as a flaw. Ralph's childhood was far from easy. The brown spots on his skin made him a target for ridicule. His peers called him names like leopard and tiger, mocking him every time they saw his face. Those taunts made Ralph self-conscious, prompting him to try to hide his freckles, hoping they would someday disappear. But as he matured and learned to ignore the hurtful comments, Ralph stumbled upon a poster advertising a modeling contest. A thought crossed his mind. Could I try? Would they accept a model like me? That thought grew stronger as he looked at his well-proportioned physique. Soon after, Ralph decided to enter the contest. What was surprising was that he didn't try to hide his freckles. Instead, he embraced them, proudly showcasing his unique feature. He motivated himself, saying, "They're a part of me, and I won't hide them. I'll make people accept me for who I am." As he stepped onto the runway for the first time, all eyes were on him, filled with curiosity and questions. Ralph didn't care. He walked confidently, each step asserting that true beauty lies in uniqueness. When the contest results were announced, the winner wasn't someone with flawless skin or endless legs. It was Ralph. He didn't just win the competition, he shattered preconceived notions of beauty. "I'm not a perfect model, but I'm my own model. I'm proud of my skin, and I'll never hide what makes me special," Ralph declared. His statement changed how people perceived not only him, but also the concept of beauty. Today, Ralph is not just a famous model, but also a symbol for those who look different. He's proven that true beauty doesn't lie in rigid physical standards, but in confidence and self-acceptance. Every time he steps onto the runway, Ralph wears his freckled skin like a crown, a testament to the fact that being different isn't a flaw. It's a precious gift. 13. Winnie Harlow, the international model with an extraordinary black and white skin. Winnie Harlow has become a prominent figure in international fashion, not because of flawless skin or a perfect figure like other models. She's different, and that difference has made her a symbol of confidence and self-empowerment. Her dark, radiant skin is uniquely patterned with white patches caused by vitiligo. But rather than hiding them, Winnie turned those patches into a powerful asset, shining brightly on the runway. Few know that as a child, Winnie faced harsh stares and cruel taunts from peers. They called her a strange bird and looked at her as if she didn't belong in this world. The white patches on her skin made her feel like an outsider, a peculiar creature everyone wanted to avoid. There were moments when she felt overwhelmed by the scrutiny, wanting to escape her differences. But with time, Winnie stopped trying to erase her white patches. Instead, she began seeing them as a unique part of her identity. Her family's words echoed in her mind. If everyone looked the same, we wouldn't be human anymore. We'd just be clones of each other. That perspective drove her to transform her insecurities into strengths. When she entered the fashion industry, Winnie refused to conform to conventional beauty standards. She auditioned for a casting where other models showcased smooth, even-toned skin. Curious and skeptical eyes turned to her. Despite feeling a tinge of doubt, Winnie drew strength from her differences. Each white patch on her body symbolized her individuality and irreplaceable uniqueness. After her audition, the room fell silent. Moments later, the designer chose her. His words forever changed Winnie's life. "You are a work of art. Sometimes beauty comes from imperfection. That's real beauty." Now, with a flourishing career, Winnie is more than a renowned model. She's an inspiration to millions worldwide. She has redefined beauty in the fashion industry and become a beacon of diversity and the power of uniqueness. 14. Meki Alante Lucky, 2 unique eyes and a second life. Meki Alante Lucky is unlike anyone else, and it's that difference that lifted him from a dark past to a bright career. A model with strikingly unique eyes, one blue and one dark brown, Makey turns heads wherever he goes. But his story is not just about his appearance. It's about a life once lost to poor choices and his remarkable journey to redemption. Born into a broken family, Makey was drawn into a world of bad decisions early on. His youth was a whirlwind of violence, crime, and street brawls. Arrested for his involvement in a fight, Makey faced jail time and a bleak future. Those around him doubted he'd ever break free from the cycle of destruction. But something miraculous happened while Makey sat behind bars, staring out the window. He realized life outside was still moving forward,
I'm from Raleigh, North
and he could
Carolina.
be a part of
20 years
it.
old.
His heterochromatic eyes became the key to unlocking a brighter future. After his release, Makey had nothing but the determination to rebuild his life. He enrolled in a modeling class, ignoring the comments about his mismatched eyes. At his first casting call, he stepped in with confidence, captivating the entire room. A month later, Makey received an invitation to model for an international brand, a turning point that changed his life forever. Makey didn't just become a star on the runway, he became a symbol of rebirth. His story shows that no matter how many times you stumble, you can rise again and shine. He's an inspiration for anyone who's ever lost their way, proving that his unique eyes aren't just a physical anomaly. They're a symbol of transformation, strength, and faith in a brighter future. 15. Usain Bolt, the lanky legs that became the world's fastest. Usain Bolt, the world record holder for the 100 meters, 9:58 seconds, and 200 meters, 19:19 seconds, is an icon of speed. Yet few people know that his journey to glory started from something entirely unconventional. As a child, Usain wasn't the standout in gym class. His unusually long legs earned him the nickname Stilts from his friends. His running appeared clumsy and difficult to control, and most believed he could never outrun anyone. But Usain knew he wasn't born to run fast in a conventional way. He was destined to run in a way no one could imagine. In high school, a coach noticed the uniqueness of Usain's running style. Instead of pushing him to run faster, the coach taught him how to harness his powerful long legs, turning each stride into something shockingly efficient and lengthy. At a small competition in Jamaica, Usain exploded like a storm. He didn't just outpace his opponents, he left the crowd stunned with the speed and sheer reach of his stride. Those seemingly endless steps became his secret weapon, propelling him to break national records. The magic didn't stop there. Usain went on to conquer global stages, shattering every limit thought impossible. His 100-meter record of 9:58 seconds and 200-meter record of 19:19 seconds weren't just numbers. They were proof of his timeless power. What once seemed a disadvantage, his long legs, turned into his greatest asset, making Usain Bolt the fastest man on Earth. Yet what cements Usain as a legend isn't just his victories, but the powerful message he delivers. No matter how different or strange your traits may seem, if you learn to embrace them, you can achieve extraordinary things. 16. Stephen Wiltshire, the astonishing story of the human camera. Stephen Wiltshire, an autistic artist with the ability to recreate complex landscapes from memory, has become a living legend. He's not just an artist, but someone who accomplishes what even art experts find unbelievable. In 1987, Stephen participated in an international art competition where he was asked to draw London entirely from memory. While others struggled with simple perspectives, for Stephen, it wasn't a challenge. It was an opportunity to showcase his extraordinary gift. He recreated the entire city, from bustling streets to hidden alleys, all with stunning, lifelike detail. His drawing wasn't just art. It was the story of a world he saw and experienced through the lens of his memory and unique perspective. When Stephen's work was unveiled, no one could take their eyes off it. A miniature world, vibrant and precise, unfolded as if London itself had been captured directly by a human mind without the aid of technology. Every building, shadow, and reflection appeared with breathtaking accuracy. But the wonder wasn't just in his memory. It was in how Stephen transformed his world as an autistic individual. a world often difficult to communicate, into something tangible and relatable. For Stephen, drawing wasn't just creativity. It was his way of connecting with the world, something words could never achieve. Stephen's miraculous ability made him a symbol of resilience and individuality. His drawings aren't just artworks. They're messages of patience, perseverance, and seeing the world in a completely different light. To Stephen, each stroke of his pen is a story he shares, one that may be hard to understand at first, but becomes a vivid, beautiful world when seen through his eyes, the eyes of the human camera. 17. Richard Sandrak, The Little Hercules and the Journey to Overcome the Burden of Muscles. When Richard Sandrak, the Little Hercules, first stepped into a gym, no one could believe that a 6-year-old boy could lift weights like a grown adult. With rippling muscles gleaming under his skin, this young boy immediately caught everyone's attention. People exclaimed, "This kid is unlike anyone else." But the story behind his powerful appearance is what truly shocks. Richard wasn't naturally gifted in sports. He was trained under an extremely strict regime with no moments of rest. His body developed to an extraordinary degree, but his heart felt empty. Despite being able to lift weights twice his body weight, Richard missed out on the joys of childhood, the freedom and simple games every child should have the right to enjoy. Day after day, Richard adhered to a rigid training schedule, forbidden from playing like other kids. His father and trainer never allowed a lazy day. Each grueling workout and every passing hour deepened Richard's sense of loneliness. The Little Hercules, despite being strong enough to lift massive weights, couldn't join friends for a game of soccer or participate in playful fun. This feeling weighed on him, an unending burden. One day, during a workout session, Richard looked in the mirror and asked himself, "Am I truly happy?" That question hit him like a slap in the face. He realized the endless training and relentless expectations from his father had taken away too much. His freedom, his happiness, and his connection to the world outside. His strength wasn't just in his muscles, but in his courage to step out from the shadow of expectations and reclaim his life. Richard made a decision to change. He stepped away from the world of competitive sports to seek joyful moments and the simple pleasures childhood should bring. The relief felt like a fresh breeze, easing the tension and loneliness he had endured for so many years. While he continued to maintain his physique through training, Richard learned that true strength doesn't only come from muscles, but from the heart. Finding balance between big dreams and a life he truly loves. He didn't need to be the Little Hercules to prove his worth. Richard's story is a testament that real strength comes from understanding oneself and living a fulfilling life. 18. Zion Clark, the legless athlete who set a world record. Zion Clark was born without legs due to caudal regression syndrome, but no one could have predicted that he would become a legend in the world of wrestling. From birth, Zion had to fight challenges most of us can't even imagine. As a child, Zion always felt separated from the world. Other kids would run, jump, and play, while he could only watch with longing eyes. During gym class, Zion felt like an outsider, left behind. But then, a spark ignited in his mind. One day, at the age of 12, Zion happened to watch a wrestling match on TV. He had never considered participating in such a sport, but in that moment, a surge of excitement from the match pushed him to decide, why not? And so began Zion's extraordinary journey. Zion didn't have legs, but he had something no one could take away, an unyielding willpower. Every day he trained relentlessly, overcoming challenges only someone like him could understand. Grueling exercises and tough matches didn't deter him. Even those around him, from friends to coaches, doubted his abilities. But Zion had one singular goal: to prove that nothing is impossible. And then, the results came. Zion didn't just participate in wrestling tournaments, he set a world record, earning the respect and admiration of everyone. He became a source of pride not just for his family, but also an endless inspiration for millions around the world. Zion's story stands as a powerful reminder that no matter how daunting the challenges, With determination and belief in oneself, anything can be overcome. 19. Gabriel Estevão Monjan, the tallest man in the world. Gabriel Estevão Monjan, the tallest man in the world from Mozambique, was not just a towering figure of height. He was a symbol of resilience and extraordinary willpower. Standing at an astonishing 8 feet 1 inch, 2.46 meters, Gabriel left the world in awe. But behind his height lies a tragic story, a journey of battling societal perceptions and personal struggles to rise above, turning his difference into unparalleled strength. As a child, Gabriel never imagined he would become such an iconic figure. His height made him feel out of place, even in simple tasks like sitting at a school desk or walking through doorways. Strange looks and teasing remarks from peers often hurt him deeply. But instead of giving up, Gabriel decided to turn his uniqueness into a driving force for his life. He didn't just want to accept his height, he wanted it to be a part of his success. At 22, Gabriel began competing in strength and athletic contests. Unlike others, his height became a massive advantage, helping him dominate physical challenges. People were amazed to see him overcome obstacles that seemed impossible for someone of his size. Long legs and a towering physique combined with strength and agility. However, Gabriel's real challenge wasn't in competitions, but in changing how society viewed his difference. During one major competition, he faced an obstacle many thought insurmountable for someone his size. Yet, with determination and skill, Gabriel triumphed spectacularly. More than winning, Gabriel changed how people saw uniqueness. He proved that being different wasn't a weakness, but a source of extraordinary power. You see, these remarkable individuals are not just famous for their unique physical traits, but also for their incredible resilience. They overcame daunting challenges to achieve extraordinary feats. Each of their stories carries a powerful message. Being different is not a weakness, it's a hidden strength. Were you surprised by these unique traits? Share your thoughts, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel to discover more fascinating stories behind the glories of extraordinary individuals.